On Friday, concerns began circulating in the trading community after multiple prop firms started sending password reset notices out of an abundance of caution. While no company has confirmed a data breach, and several have explicitly stated that their systems remain secure, the situation has raised enough eyebrows for traders to start taking precautions.
This isn't a full-blown breach announcement, it's a digital tornado watch. But just like any tornado watch, it's smart to get in the bathtub with your helmet and a checklist of every prop firm that has your credit card info. So here's the PSA. Change your passwords. Don't reuse the same password across firms. Check your bank statements and maybe don't ignore that fraud alert text for once. We'll keep tracking the facts. You keep your accounts clean, your passwords strong, and your BS detector fully charged.
Is it hot in here, or do I have a man crush? Because these chill bumps? Yeah, they spell Apex. Big Daddy Daryl, and yes, we're calling him that now, took to YouTube, pimp rings and all, like the godfather of funded accounts. He wasn't there to answer questions. He was there to put the chicken littles in line. This wasn't an interview. This was a redemption tour, because after last week's disaster piece from John Skelton, someone had to mop up the mess. John sat down for his big moment and said, at least 150 times. And no, that's not a joke, we counted. We ran the transcript through ChatGPT, and even the AI begged us to stop.
But then Daryl showed up and did something wild. He spoke in complete sentences. And he didn't just toss out vague corporate fluff. He was dropping numbers like a theoretical physicist, explaining string theory to his hot neighbor. He actually explained why Apex is doing what it's doing. He didn't throw blame or talk in circles. No, Daryl told us exactly how the abuse was happening, what they found, how it affected payouts, and what Apex had to do to stay sustainable. Actual leadership.
First up, the infamous no more eval status. Apparently, Apex doesn't want you buying combines while you're already being evaluated to go live. Makes sense, right? Flip it around. You buy a bunch of combines, get halfway to passing, and then Apex moves you live. Suddenly you're pissed. Like, great, I just wasted all that money. So Daryl said it loud and clear. Don't waste your money. There's a chance you're going live, albeit a small one, but still a chance. He said 300 traders got bumped back to Sim. No shade, no drama, just a gentle, not yet, sweetie. And hey, since you are back in Sim, go ahead, buy all the evaluations you want. You're welcome.
Now, some folks heard no more evaluations and immediately spiraled. They saw a lifetime on their accounts and assumed they were exiled like trading Voldemort. But Daryl cleared that up. It's literally just a system label. And look, I get it. The email could have been worded better. Maybe don't lead with lifetime if you're not actually banning anyone for life. And sure, John probably could have cleared that up in the first interview instead of giving us a loop. But then Daryl shows up, crystal clear. There's no ban, which again could have just been stated plainly in the email. So where does that leave Apex now? They've got a few thousand accounts to review. You're either going live or going back to Sim. That's it. It was so clear, so logical.
And the big mystery, how did you get the letter in the first place? It was based on your equity curve, not your ego curve. That's it. That's simple. And honestly, that one answer cut through weeks of speculation, because nobody could figure out why people with just a few accounts were being lumped in with traders flashing six-figure payouts. I mean, you see folks flexing million-dollar payouts on X, and meanwhile, you're sitting there with 3 PAs and a dream. But Daryl made it clear. Going live isn't a punishment. It's the whole point. You're not being demoted. You're being promoted. To actual money, real withdrawals, real freedom. He even broke down the live account perks. Daily withdrawals, fewer restrictions, and the chance to be a real trader instead of a sim lord collecting failed accounts like it's a trading online role-playing game.
Oh, but the real freakout came when some traders were asked to submit 5 days of documented trades. And yeah, nobody likes extra homework. But let's be honest, Apex isn't asking for your life story. They just want to make sure your strategy isn't powered by crystals and a magic 8-ball. Daryl kept it simple. If Apex is putting real money behind you, they need proof you actually have a plan. Shocking, I know. A firm that pays you wants to verify you're not just out here full porting based on moon phases and Trump tweets. And it's not that deep. Every big brokerage has know your customer requirements. And if you think that's invasive, maybe ask yourself why having a trade plan feels like a government conspiracy. Apex just wants proof you're a trader, a real one. That's why they asked you to show your strategy. Why'd you take the trade? Where's your stop? What indicator told you this wasn't a hallucination?
And for those panicking over the 5-day requirement, breathe. It's 5 trading days, whenever you actually trade, not 5 consecutive days. Yes, the email could have said that more clearly. But Daryl, crystal clear, any 5 days of actual trading. That's it. Daryl even had to clarify this because some people were out here like, wait, what if I don't find a setup? Do I force a trade? No, dude. That's literally the opposite of what this is about. They're trying to confirm you have discipline, not reward you for breaking it. And let's talk about probation. Yep, it's a thing now. Break the rules, like dropping 30% of your account on one trade, and suddenly you're locked out of withdrawals until you prove you won't blow up again. Wild concept, consequences for your actions. But even then, you can still get paid. You just have to trade like a normal human. No more flipping for 8 days. No more bandits robbing the bank.
And as for the rumors, the FUD, the Apex is collapsing crowd, Daryl didn't just show up. He came armed with receipts. Apex has paid out $500 million, and $85 million of that in just the last 3 months. If they're trying not to pay traders, they're doing a really bad job of it. Meanwhile, there's a whole flock of chicken littles out there squawking, the prop firm is falling. And yeah, some of them make YouTube thumbnails that look like the kid from Home Alone. But let's act like professional traders and do some math, shall we? Apex has over 250,000 traders. Even if just 1% get flagged, that's 2,500 people. Sure, 2,500 angry posts might feel like the end of the world. But in reality, the sky is not falling. It's not even cloudy.
Oh, and let's talk SROs. You know that half-baked plan where all the prop firms share your personal info like it's a neighborhood bake sale? Daryl shut that down faster than a sketchy spam call. Instead, Apex is working directly with the CME, you know, the actual regulators, the ones that matter. Because apparently Apex would rather follow real rules than join a prop firm cartel. But here's the real headline. Apex isn't done. They've got 15 developers working on new tools, new plans, and more automation. Daryl's vision for the rest of the year? A smoother, faster, more transparent path to going live, and maybe, just maybe, $1 billion in payouts. That's billion, with a B.
Look, nobody likes change, and we definitely don't appreciate extra homework. But Daryl made a solid point. Apex isn't just big, it's bigger than all the other prop firms put together. Let me say that again. Bigger than all the other prop firms put together. And they've paid out more than the rest. Also, put together. That's not just big, that's can't fit it on the chart big. Infinity loop, brain melt big. So no, Apex isn't perfect, but when you're that massive, you're always sailing into uncharted waters. All I ask, and Daryl, I say this with love and respect, if you're not going to hire a media manager, at least let your affiliates proofread the emails. We could have saved you so much chaos. How many support tickets were generated because of one poorly worded email? We're right here. We're ready to help. Huge thanks to Trade Cage for hosting the convo, and to Daryl Martin for showing up with transparency, clarity, and about 500 million reasons for the chicken littles to chill. Whether you love Apex, hate Apex, or just enjoy watching the drama unfold on social media, this interview brought the receipts. While the chicken littles make goofy faces on the internet, the biggest firm in the game is still paying, still building, and still moving forward.
This week's biggest feud? Oh, you thought I was going to say Trump versus Musk. Yeah, we're not touching that. We're talking about KellyAnn versus the prop firm Pitchfork Parade, featuring Sage Trade, Brian Stonk, and Nutty Bar. So here's what happened. KellyAnn promoted a new prop firm, Prop Shop Trader, complete with a 90% off code, a gladiator mascot, and enough red flags to feel like a first date with Dexter. And FinTwit said, nope. Nutty Bar, Twitter's unofficial moral compass, popped in with, you're better than this, KellyAnn. I know lawyer bills are expensive, but maybe GoFundMe? Honestly, fair.
In response, KellyAnn whipped out her signature move, the chart, her color-coded organized chaos. And in it, Prop Shop Trader, sitting under yellow caution, aka, I wouldn't trust them to run a lemonade stand, but sure, go ahead and hand them your trading capital. Be sure to use my code. KellyAnn and Nutty Bar traded a few jabs, then Nutty offered to help one of her followers with a payout issue, and she retracted most of her mean comments. Keyword, most. Nutty doesn't show up to win. He showed up to be decent, which confused everyone, because that's not usually how any of this works.
Then came Sage Trade, self-appointed ethics professor and part-time prop firm watchdog. He chimed in with the kind of smug energy usually reserved for Reddit mods and HOA presidents. Classic Kelly, promoting every new prop. And in a true display of emotional maturity, KellyAnn responded by flipping the entire table and setting it on fire. Because nothing says open to feedback like telling someone to seriously F off. That kicked off a spiral of insults, deflections, and just enough moral superiority to power a TED Talk. Sage accused her of cashing checks, flipping scripts, and selling out. KellyAnn fired back with gossip, jabs, and enough side-eye to qualify as cardio. At one point, Sage declared, you extract from the space. I contribute. Somewhere in there was a point, buried under 15 layers of self-importance.
Even Brian Stonk, FinTwit's designated middle child had something to say. Not one to stir the pot exactly, he simply placed it gently on the stove and turned the heat to simmer. Their model looks a lot like FTT, highly unsustainable. If they don't deny payouts, they'll change the rules retroactively, which in trader speak is basically, it's not a rug pull, yet, but we've seen them grip the edge before. Still, credit where it's due. Brian didn't scream, accuse, or call anyone a shill. He just made a few dry observations and let the rest of FinTwit keep lighting matches. But just when it looked like the timeline might cool off, surprise, it was time for round 2. The prop shop pitch had barely faded from view when Thrive made a surprise entrance by face planting.
Now remember, just a few weeks ago, KellyAnn was hyping up Thrive like it was Trader Disneyland. Affiliate links, free accounts, full promo push. But then, plot twist, last week, she quietly added Thrive to her do not recommend list. Which is kind of like taking people to a new restaurant, then finding out it failed its health inspection. Yesterday. And Sage Trade? Oh, he did not let that go. He came armed with screenshots, a timeline, and enough spite to launch a rebrand. Because no FinTwit feud is complete without someone going full expose mode. Sage didn't just say KellyAnn was grifting, he made a graphic. Like, he made it himself. With screenshots, dates, and color-coded callouts. It has big, I stayed up all night making this energy. He accused KellyAnn of cashing in, bailing out, and leaving her followers holding the risk bag. To which KellyAnn calmly replied once again, F off Sage, but thanks for promoting me. Ah yes, straight out of the PR playbook, rage tweet and sarcasm.
Then Brian Stonk chimed in again, because of course he did, reminding everyone that maybe, just maybe, it's a bad idea to steer your community toward brand new firms without proof they can actually pay people. He even suggested KellyAnn might want to, I don't know, apologize for recommending a firm she later backed away from. KellyAnn's response? I'm still trading there. I've always said to use caution. Also, Joom left. Also, they changed rules. Also, go fight with Patrick. Brian tried again, gently. Maybe don't lead your followers into a firm you immediately ditch. And Sage just went straight for the jugular. Her only payouts are affiliate payouts. So let's sum up KellyAnn's business model. For new firms, it's basically, I don't know if this firm is legit, but here's a discount code just in case it is. She says, proceed with caution, which sounds responsible until you realize she's making money off every cautious person who clicks her affiliate link and signs up anyway.
It's like warning someone the roller coaster might be broken while strapping them in and taking their ticket. And sure, she's got a chart, color-coded, ranked, labeled, but that caution tag, you won't see it in her promo tweet. Not on the image, not in the caption. It only shows up if someone drags her into a fight in the replies. It's one thing to say proceed with caution. It's another to slap a promo code on a graphic, leave out the caution part entirely, and make both a brand new, untested firm and a top-ranked firm look exactly the same. And yet, same promo format, same affiliate code. No warning, no label, no visual difference whatsoever. So unless you've got the spreadsheet memorized, and who does, you'd think both firms were equally safe, equally vetted, and equally worth your money. Which is like packaging a mystery meat and a USDA prime steak in the same wrapper, then shrugging when someone gets food poisoning.
So what have we learned? That FinTwit drama always starts with a discount code and ends with someone building a case file like it's Law & Order, Trader Victims Unit. That saying proceed with caution while cashing affiliate checks isn't a warning. It's a business model. FinTwit feuds come and go. New names, new firms, same chaotic energy. 1 minute it's affiliate links, the next it's payout drama, and somehow we're all back in the comments like it's the season finale of a show we swore we weren't watching. Because in this space, the only thing more consistent than market volatility is the drama.
All right, let's talk about FSP for a second. Apparently, FSP got flagged for violating YouTube's get-rich-quick policies. Which is honestly hilarious if you've ever watched one of his live trades. The guy's entire business model is built around blowing accounts. And not just a few, he burns through accounts by the hundreds. He literally sells a course on how to go or blow. He's even been banned by some prop firms for using the strategy, though a few have welcomed him back, probably because his channel exploded past 20,000 followers in no time. Popularity heals all wounds, I guess. But YouTube doesn't do nuance. You flash a couple green numbers on screen, mention daily payouts in a banner, and suddenly it's like you're out here peddling snake oil from a horse-drawn wagon in 1840. To be fair, it's not just one warning. This has been building. YouTube went back to old streams from December and January. Flagged one, then another, then another. FSP actually won 3 appeals. But number 4? Denied. Full warning. And in YouTube land, that's like getting your first strike in baseball, with the umpire whispering, 2 more and you're out. Forever.
So FSP had to go DEFCON1. He nuked everything. deleted 140 plus live streams, removed all his P&L thumbnails, scrubbed the word daily from every banner like he was prepping for an audit. And the wild part? He's not even flexing. He's not flashing Rolexes on camera or promising you can quit your 9 to 5. He's just trading, narrating as he goes. And yeah, every now and then, showing that he's actually making money. But here's the kicker. He looked around and realized, oh, the big dogs don't show P&L either. Patrick Wieland? Nope. Tanya Trades? Nope. So now he's playing it smart. No P&L, no risky thumbnails. Just vibes, candles, and warrior speeches. And look, I respect it. The man adapted, didn't complain, didn't point fingers, just said, I'm in their house, their rules, and moved on. He even backed everything up just in case he has to take the channel private, which I really hope doesn't happen. Because say what you will, watching FSP trade live is part entertainment, part education, and part spiritual awakening. And in direct contrast to FSP, we have Rips.
Does anyone remember Rips back when he was on Top Step? He was calm, cool, and collected, just like his silky golden voice. Back then, he was constantly under fire from Patrick Wieland for a supposed lack of transparency. It was nonstop trolling. His past, his affiliation with Top Step, even his name change. Nothing was off limits. But then something shifted. He and Patrick buried the hatchet. He left Top Step, and he released a tell-all YouTube video where he finally cleared the air about everything. His past, his journey, the name change, all of it. For a while, Rips seemed like he was cruising. Market Clubhouse was growing. His livestream numbers were climbing. He was even getting picked up by major affiliates. Things were clicking, and that's where it all started to go a little sideways.
You see, Rips and Dodgy have been at each other's throats ever since Rips joined X. And here's the weird part. It almost feels like Rips is now treating people the same way Patrick once treated him. Now, maybe it's all an act. Maybe Rips is playing a character, the tough-talking anti-hero, the self-appointed sheriff of the trading world. Or maybe it's some form of Stockholm syndrome where he started to identify with his old captor. Whatever it is, you have to admit, he seems jaded. Rips, the guy who built his brand on transparency, real trades, real accounts, and no BS, is now live on stream, screaming about fake traders, calling people retards, threatening to sleep with viewers' moms, and telling half the chat to go fuck themselves. Instead of dunking on fake traders with quiet confidence, he's going full scorched earth, telling viewers their parents regret them, mocking every prop firm influencer who doesn't show a statement, ranting about how the community is full of morons and how they deserve to be lied to.
And look, I get it. He's not wrong about the industry. It is full of grifters. Most people can't trade. And yes, if someone's doing mental gymnastics to avoid posting a broker statement, they're probably hiding something. But at this point, is Rips fueled by righteous anger or just plain burnout? He's not just calling out the scammers. He's calling out everyone. Viewers, mods, even people politely asking about trade setups. He's running giveaways while simultaneously telling the chat they're too stupid to deserve them. It's like watching a teacher hand out gold stars and insults at the same time.
And that right there is the tragedy, because he was one of the good ones. Still might be. But these days, it feels like Rips is swinging at shadows, ranting so loud it's hard to tell the truth from the trauma. Call it what you want. Passion fatigue, ego spiral, or just the natural evolution of someone who's been in the trenches too long. But one thing's clear. The truth is still in there. You can hear it. You just have to dig through a mountain of F-bombs and mom jokes to find it. These next comments, they're real, unfiltered, straight from his live stream. Roll the clip.
There's a lot of f***ing losers in this space. Like a lot, dude. It's like exhausting actually to be a part of this space. That's one of the reasons why I'm branching off and doing like more poker vlogs. But like the influencers in this space are just like so f***ing lame. Like, let's be honest. They're just all so f***ing lame. It's like all the retards sitting at a lunch table. And it's like, dude, is there any cool kids? Is there anybody cool? Been doing this for 2 years. I'm sorry that this is the first time that you're seeing this and that you've been having to watch a bunch of f***ing retards out there who are all trading evaluations and struggling with it and lying to you and can't trade real money. And they're like in their 20s, like 22 years old, and they're all f***ing retards. I'm sorry, Missy. It's so annoying. Like, I'm so over it. I'm being real with you. I'm so over it. You guys deserve all the f***ing retards in this space. Literally, you all deserve it. The fact that you're all not like pushing for this more from all these f***ing retards out there, you all deserve the retards. Literally, at this point. I couldn't care less. You deserve the people showing you one account one day, another account the next day, showing you only paper trades in TradingView. Oh, look, it's a recording of me taking a paper trade. I'm so good. I created the algorithm. Like, you folks deserve these. You deserve them at this point. Actually deserve them. And I don't feel bad for you because that's all that's out there. You deserve all these absolute retards. You do at this point. You really do. Go have them lead you off a cliff, because if they deserve to have your attention, they'd be trading real money. But it's sad, dude. It's really sad. Like, but at this point, like, I don't care. Like, y'all deserve it at this point. Really. I'm like beyond disappointed with the community at this point. Like, y'all deserve it at this point. Literally. You deserve to be taken for a walk. They recorded your screen during a paper trade on TradingView. Did you see this? Oh, here's Stone Trader. Yeah, okay. You're a okay trader. It's an okay trader. Learn how to speak English, you fucking retard. It's an okay trader. Let me go back to your stupid, whatever the stupid thing you said. Yeah, okay. You're a okay trader, but your attitude is trash. Like, your don't stink. Nice vibes in the AM. LOL. Peace out. Yeah. You. Eat my ass. You. Bend over. Suck my. Looks like I ruffled some feathers. Did I insult your mentor who can't show you that they're profitable? Did I insult them? You. I don't care. I literally don't care. You don't like me? Go and yourself. And if you have a hot mom, I'll be over to her later. But somebody like you, I doubt that you do. I bet your mom's fat. Disgusting. Ugh. But if you don't like me, seriously, go and yourself. I mean that.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to check out another great video or explore our full playlist for more. Watch time means the world to us, so please share this with your trading buddies. And if you don't have any, just watch it again yourself. Remember, trading is tough enough. We all deserve more laughs. Thanks again, and see you next week.